Hello all. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So welcome to Unacademy UPSC Articulate program. I'm Shilpa Nagaraju. I'll be taking you through art and culture, which is in current affairs. And before starting the class, please like and share the video, and also subscribe for the notifications and subscriptions. So let's see what's happening at Unacademy. So one subscription to crack UPSC CSE program has been launched. There's a limited period offer and you can join now. There will be price hike from 1st August. So subscribe now. Look at here. There are batches prizes, mains test series, prelims tests, and books, optional batches with test series, all worth rupees 2.3 lakh. But it is available only for 57,500. So grab this opportunity and don't miss this because there will be price hikes from 1st August. One subscription to crack it all program where you can subscribe to the combo, and this has become much more exciting because there is GS plus option. It is applicable on GS plus optional and iconic GS plus optional. You get 25% off with optional and 10% using the referral code. My referral code is Shilpa and 10, and you also get free optional test series here. Please note, 1 year subscription is valid till mains 2022 and 2 year subscription is valid till mains 2023. So this is applied on 1 year and above subscription. The offer last date is on July 21st. So there is, look at the offers on which it is applicable. That is GS plus optional. Check out the tenure, the old price and the new price, and see what is the offer price here. And also for the iconic GS plus optional, you have the new price. So please check out the offer given, because here you will get 35% in total discount. You can use my referral code for 10% discount with a total of 35% discount and a free optional test series. This is an amazing option. Also, India's most comprehensive test series for optional preparation have been launched. This is applicable only on GS combo and iconic combo subscriptions. You get 21 tests for each optional course, and with 16 sectional tests and 5 full length tests. This is worth rupees 15,000 and it comes free with 1 year and above combo subscriptions. The offer ends on 21st July. This is curated by top educators, analyzed by top educators with comprehensive model answers, and you have the flexibility to write the test for 7 days after the test is live. 20 plus tests in a year as per the UPSC standard pattern. The right month, that is 1 year to go for prelims 2022. You can subscribe now with guaranteed subscription till mains. Unacademy promises with it every 2 year subscription with Unacademy notes and test series worth rupees 30,000 comes free. You can chase your dream loans for UPSC subscription and save on combo. The CSE Assure program, this will entire that till you clear UPSC, and if you're not satisfied with your result, the next attempt is on us. Get a free 1 year extension on your 2 year subscription. There are terms and conditions applied. You read it before you go for it. So this is CSE Assure program. You crack it and we assure to be with you. And you can purchase 2 years and above subscription and get the CSE Assure program. So UPSC CSE मार्च सब्सक्रिप्शन ऑफर में आपको मिलता है guaranteed subscription with 1 year plan valid till 1 year plan valid till mains 2022, 2 year plan valid till mains 2023, and you can apply my code, that is Shilpa10, and go for the offer. There is India's most comprehensive UPSC test series where you can practice till you crack it with 80 tests per year. Look at it. 80 tests per year with 50 prelims tests and 30 mains tests, 20 full length tests, 12 sectional tests, and 18 topic wise tests. This is worth rupees 30,000 and it comes free with 1 year subscription and onwards. It is curated by top educators, analyzed by top educators. It is curated as per the changing UPSC pattern and compete with the best in India. UPSC CSE Ultimate Surprise में आपको मिलता है 20 books which is created by best UPSC experts and this is worth rupees 10,000 and it comes free with 1 year subscription and onwards. So it has 100% syllabus completion, highly structured for the ease of learning, created by the best UPSC experts with previous year questions included and updated with current affairs. Is your UPSC dream and nothing can stop you with you achieving your UPSC dream by availing loan for UPSC preparation on Unacademy. So chase your UPSC dream with 0% processing fees, 0% interest rate, approval in 2 hours and no hidden charges with minimal paperwork and flexible tenures. Look at here the link and also use the form in the description section. Unacademy Combat Scholarship Test is the formula for success in UPSC CSE. Every Sunday it happens at 11 a.m. You can win scholarships worth rupees 4 crore and the tests are in bilingual, that is Hindi and English. 60 questions in 60 minutes and it comes free with it's a free live test on your Android app and it happens every Sunday at 11 a.m. Enroll now, use my code that is Shilpa and 10. Keep सीरीज करके एक नया इनोवेटिव कोर्स लॉन्च किए हैं and this will help in widening the horizon of the learners for UPSC CSE. It starts from July 17, 2021. Value addition course covering discussion on 2 books per week and books which are covered are directly or indirectly related to the UPSC syllabus. The course will benefit the learners, especially for Indian society, international relations, ethics, and essay papers. The books are analyzed by top educators of Unacademy. New batches for UPSC CSE 21, 22, 23 aspirants are starting from 21st July. Phoenix revision batches have been started from UPSC CSE from 21st July, 1 year batches for UPSC CSE and 2 year batches for UPSC CSE. You also have iconic plus program with personal guidance, study planner, study material and experts guidelines and test analysis with live classes, weekly tests, unlimited access and structured courses. You have 2 types of subscription. One is plus subscription, the other one is iconic subscription. So choose the one which is best suited for you and check out the tenures and benefits you get from the subscriptions and go for the offer. So let's crack it with Unacademy. Now I'll ask you the first question. You please answer in the live chat. This is about Maharana Pratap. I'll give you 2 minutes and you can answer here. I'll just come. So the question is on Maharana Pratap. The question is on Maharana Pratap. So please answer about it. So see the statements and answer here. Good. Ankit has answered. Others? Very good, Ankit. The question is on Maharana Pratap and they've asked for correct statement. Read all the 3 statements and answer. Okay, only 2 of you have answered, Ankit and Bish Behera. Others, please do try. Please do try. महाराणा प्रताप जी के बारे में पूछे है क्वेश्चन. Good, Amit. Good. Others? 1 more minute left here. Please do answer. Others? Last few seconds. Try करने में कुछ नहीं. Yes, good नीरज. Others? Yes, Ankit, you're right. Amit Pandey, Deepak Malik and Neeraj, all of you are correct. Let's see what they've asked. This is about महाराणा प्रताप जी. महाराणा प्रताप जी का एनिवर्सरी थे तो इसके वजह से ये न्यूज में आ गए थे. तो he belonged to the royal family of मेवड़. मेवड़ के रॉयल फैमिली को ये बिलोंग करते थे महाराणा प्रताप जी. तो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज राइट. तो आप एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं ऑप्शन बी. which doesn't has option 1. So he fought the battle of Haldigati with Aurangzeb. ये औरंगजेब के साथ युद्ध नहीं किए थे, बैटल ऑफ हल्दीघटी, but he fought with Akbar, but not directly with Akbar, but it was with Akbar, not with Aurangzeb. तो ये wrong statement है. तो किधर आपको ऑप्शन 2 स्टेटमेंट 2 मिलता है, तो आप एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं. दो थर्ड स्टेटमेंट, he also fought the battle of Divar against the Mughals. So okay, no problem. So he fought the battle of Divar against Mughals too. तो इन्होंने 2 बैटल फाइट किए हैं मुगल के साथ. वो एक है हल्दीघटी and the second one is Divar. So ये भी correct है. तो 1 and 3 are correct, which leaves you with the correct answer, that is C, 1 and 3. देखेंगे क्यों महाराणा प्रताप was in news. वो क्यों न्यूज में थे. May 9th marked the birth anniversary of Maharana Pratap. He was the 13th Rajput king of Mewar. तो ये क्यों न्यूज में थे? Because May 9th was the birth anniversary of Maharana Pratap and he was the 13th Rajput king of Mewar. Maharana Pratap was born in 1540 and he died at the age of 56 in 1597. So आपको याद करनी चाहिए कि ये महाराणा प्रताप he was the Rajput king of Mewar and it was his birth anniversary. He was the eldest son of Uday Singh II, who was the founder of the city of Udaipur. आप कभी भी उदयपुर जाएंगे, which is in Rajasthan, आप याद कीजिएगा कि महाराणा प्रताप के father, that is Uday Singh II, he was the one who founded the city of Udaipur. ठीक है. So this is also one more information. This might be useful for your other examinations also, or UPSC में is very fond of asking multiple statement questions. तो आपको पूछ सकते हैं, the founder of Udaipur was the father of Maharana Pratap also. So you should be able to understand directly statements ज़्यादा नहीं आता है. So be aware of all these things. His father, that is Uday Singh II, was the founder of Rajasthan का एक major city, that is Udaipur. He is known for his bravery in the Battle of Haldigati. ये Battle of Haldigati इनके इतिहास, इनके जीवन में एक very important turn था. It was fought in 1576 between Maharana and the forces of Akbar, which was led by Man Singh of Amber. So I already told you when I was discussing here in the statements, ये औरंगजेब के साथ लड़ाई नहीं किए, और he also did not fight with Akbar directly, but he fought with Man Singh. Man Singh was the commander general of Akbar. Man Singh थे अंबर से, और ये अकबर को represent करते थे, उनके commander general थे, and he fought this battle of Haldigati against Maharana Pratap, who was the 13th Rajput king of Mewar. So please remember, by Battle of Haldigati, ये हल्दीघटी बैटल है, इसको फाइट किए हैं महाराणा प्रताप और अकबर, but Akbar didn't fight directly, but it was Man Singh of Amber who directly fought with Maharana Pratap in this battle of Haldigati. Tarana's forces were defeated in just 6 hours, but Mughals failed to capture him. It was the biggest blunder of Mughals, though they had defeated this Rajput king of Mewar just in 6 hours, but they could not capture him. Maharana regathered his forces, fought and won against the Mughals just after 6 years in 1582. So a battle of Haldigati में इनका defeat हो गया और ये escape हो गए मुगल से. But what he did, he hid and he regathered the forces and he fought and won against the Mughals after 6 years in 1582. Having faced a terrible defeat, Akbar stopped his military campaigns against Mewar after the battle. Rana Pratap's defiance. Neeraj, you can join my Telegram channel. There I will share the PDF. You can join there. In Telegram, just type Shilpa _ Unacademy and I will share the PDF from today onwards. So there you can get the PDF. Okay. So Akbar, having faced a terrible defeat in this battle after this 6 years, Maharana Pratap had fought with Akbar and he regathered his forces, he got back his Mewar. So Akbar stopped his military campaigns against Mewar after this battle. Rana Pratap's defiance of the mighty Mughal Empire, almost alone and unaided by the other Rajput states, constitute a glorious saga of Rajput valor and spirit of self-sacrifice for cherished principles. Rana Pratap's method of sporadic warfare was later elaborated further by Malik Ambar, who was the Deccan general, and by Shivaji Maharaj. You all know. Actually, they say Maharana Pratap was a forefather for Shivaji Maharaj to start with a guerrilla warfare. Yes, correct. Unacademy का spelling देखिए अंकित. It is UNACADEMY. So see, he is famous. I will just simplify and tell you. Maharana Pratap was ruler of Mewar. M was ruler of M. And he was son of Uday Singh II, who had founded the city of Udaipur. What happened during this time of Maharana Pratap? There was a Mughal emperor called Akbar who was ruling. So Akbar had an eye on Mewar. तो अकबर ने क्या किया? मान सिंह, who was the commander of अकबर, उनको कह दिए कि जाओ मेवाड़ को मेवाड़ को एक्सपैंड करके आओ. ठीक है. तो मान सिंह क्या किए? अपने फोर्सेस को लेकर मेवाड़ को अटैक किए एक बैटल में. वो है बैटल ऑफ हल्दीघटी. ये हल्दीघटी बैटल में ये मान सिंह आए और मेवाड़ को अटैक किए. तो महाराणा प्रताप जी क्या किया? तो ये भी फाइट किए, बट इन 6 hours he was defeated. So, but these Mughals, they could not capture this Maharana Pratap. He escaped. So what did he do after escaping? He regathered the forces and he strengthened himself after 6 years. So 6 hours में defeat हो गए. 6 years में again he re-attacked. He captured this Mewar and Akbar got frustrated, or he was like he felt very much terrible after this defeat of this battle after 6 years by the same ruler Maharana Pratap. Then he gave up this idea of expanding to Mewar, and this was a glorious victory for Rajputs. Actually, when Akbar had attacked Mewar, Maharana Pratap had asked other Rajput rulers also to have a congregation of these Rajputs and fight against Akbar, but none of them came with him to fight this battle. तो इन्होंने एक अकेले लड़े ये बैटल को और जीत गए और मेवाड़ को अपने स्वतंत्रता means दे दिए. मतलब he was not under Mughal forces. Got it? So he alone fought with the great Mughal emperor Akbar. Got it? He was also a forefather of guerrilla warfare, and this guerrilla warfare later was followed by Shivaji Maharaj and Malik Ambar, who was a Deccan general. Here. You all know, like Shivaji Maharaj was a very exponent of guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare क्या होता है? ये देखिए शिवाजी महाराज was ruling the Maharashtra region. तो उधर तो ये कोंकण region है, पूरा mountainous region होता है. तो ये क्या करते थे? अगर कोई आर्म्ड आर्मी आते थे तो ये इधर फाइट करते थे थोड़े लोग, बाद में क्या करते थे? रिट्रीट करके जाके हाइड करते थे. ये फॉरेस्ट और जंगल में, माउंटेन्स में हाइड करते थे. बाद में क्या करते हैं? अगेन दे विल कम एंड अटैक, अगेन गो एंड hide, and they will regather. Means थोड़ा 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 फाइट करके रीगैदर करो, थोड़ा थोड़ा एनर्जी मिल जाता है. तो व्हाट दे विल डू, दिस पीपल दे विल टेक ब्रेक्स, सो दे गैदर, attack and flee. Yes, correct Bish. So it is like you attack and you flee, so you gather force, again come and attack. But these forces who are continuously attacking, they get exhausted. Got it. This is how the guerrilla plan works out. Even now, the left wing people, the extremist peoples and all, they attack the same way. Got it. The guerrilla warfare was very famous back then, and some of them had mastered this tactics. And one was, we saw Maharana Pratap, and we saw later Malik Ambar, who was a Deccan general, and Shivaji Maharaj. So you should understand here, he was, Maharana Pratap was great ruler of Rajput, great Rajput ruler. Yeah, it might be. So he Akbar, after this terrible defeat, he stopped his military campaign against Mewar. After this battle, his defiance by the mighty Mughal empire, almost alone, none of the Rajputs came and aided him. So he alone defended his kingdom of Mewar. तो ये एक glorious saga बन गए राजपूत valor and spirit के लिए, and self sacrifice for cherished principles. तो इन्होंने जो माने थे इसके लिए जिए हैं. तो महाराणा प्रताप has been a hero, राजपूत valor के लिए ये hero बन गए. ठीक है, so good. So this is about Maharana Pratap. He was a great Rajput ruler of Mewar, Rajput king of Mewar. Yes, terribly. That's why, Vietnam War में which gas was used, Bish? You can recollect. Vietnam War में they used chemical weapon, and Vietnam में thick forest जो है ना, उनको ये guerrilla warfare करते थे, इसलिए Vietnam में ये leaves, if you spray that chemical, then the leaves will fall down. So ये chemical use करके पूरे forest को unfoliate kiye, and they attacked these people. Yes, sarin gas. Hope this is understood. Now we'll go to the next question. This is about Gopal Krishna Gokhale, and they've asked for correct statement. Please answer, all of you. I'll give you 2 minutes. I'll check your answers in the live chat now. Come on, answer. Good. Come on, answer. Yes, Agent Orange was the first correct one, Gautam. Correct one. Agent Orange. It was used in Vietnam War to fight against these people. Okay. Answer. This is about Gopal Krishna Gokhale. So, why did you retract, Gautam? It was correct. Yes, Agent Orange. So, ये आंसर कीजिए सब. Dolu Gilia, Ankit and Gautam and Bish Pera have answered correctly. So let's see. The question is about Gopala Krishna Gokhale, and they have asked for correct statements. He founded the Servants of India Society. He was the one who founded this Servants of India Society. Second statement. So you can eliminate option B. He was the leader of the extremist faction of the Congress party that advocated the reforms by working with existing government institutions. तो ये पूछ रहा है, ये एक्सट्रीमिस्ट फैक्शन का लीडर है, एक्सट्रीमिस्ट फैक्शन का लीडर नहीं है, बट ही इज अ लीडर ऑफ मॉडरेट फैक्शन ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी दैट एडवोकेटेड रिफॉर्म्स बाय वर्किंग विद एग्जिस्टिंग गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस. तो ये है रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट. यू कैन एलिमिनेट ऑप्शन डी. एंड third statement, he had a great influence of the social works of Justice Mahadev Govindaranade on his life. He really was so inspired by the social works of Justice Mahadev Ranade. See, I'll tell you one thing. You should remember like this. Like Govindaranade was like a mentor to Gokhale. Okay, now Gokhale mentored two people. One was Gandhiji, and the other one was Muhammad Ali Jinnah. See here, this is a tree. You should remember, Mahadev Govindaranade was like a mentor for Gopal Krishna Gokhale, and Gokhale was a mentor for two people, that is Gandhiji, and the other one was Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and both these people became the fathers for their own nations. So Gandhiji became the father of India, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah became the father of Pakistan. Got it? So see here, though he was a moderate of the Congress party, and see what happened. He led two nations के fathers को. ठीक है? So he had a great influence of the social works of Justice Mahadeva Govindaranade on his life. So it is 1 and 3, which is correct. 1 and 3. So see here, he was an Indian liberal political leader. He was a social reformer during the Indian independence movement. Gokhale was a senior leader of Indian National Congress, and he was the founder of Servants of India Society. ये society को आप याद रखिएगा, क्योंकि UPSC can ask you questions on who founded which society, और multiple statement question में वो पूछ सकते हैं कि ये society को गांधी जी ने फाउंड किए हैं, या ये सोसाइटी को, लाइक yesterday I spoke about ज्योतिराव फूले, he founded the सत्यशोधक समाज. They might ask you like सत्यशोधक समाज was founded by Gopal Krishna Gokhale, or they might ask you like Servants of India Society was founded by ज्योतिराव फूले. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस पूछने का बहुत शौक है यूपीएससी को. तो आप देखिएगा कि Gokhale was a senior leader of Indian National Congress, especially was a moderate leader. He was not an extremist leader. Extremist leader तो I forgot यार. This Bipin Chandrapal and Lal Bal Pal. So Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandrapal. So ये थे extremist faction, but moderate faction, the leader was our Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Yes, even Arvindo Ghosh was an extremist leader, and Gopalakrishna Gokhale was the founder of Servants of India Society. Through this society, what he did, and also through Congress and other legislative bodies he served in. He was a great politician, a great congressman. तो इन्होंने बहुत सारे लेजिस्लेटिव वर्क किए हैं. तो सिर्फ कांग्रेस नहीं, बट ही हैड फाउंडेड वन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, सर्वेंट्स ऑफ इंडिया सोसाइटी, एंड आल्सो अदर लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडीज इन्होंने सर्व किए थे. तो ये गोखले जी कैंपेन फॉर इंडियन सेल्फ रूल एंड फॉर सोशल रिफॉर्म्स. ही वाज द लीडर ऑफ द मॉडरेट फैक्शन ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी, and he advocated reforms by working with the existing government institutions. So I'll tell you, the moderates, they wanted to work with the British people, but इधर वर्क करके ही उनको रिफॉर्म्स चाहिए थी. But the extremists, they wanted to outthrow this British people. They wanted complete independence. So they wanted reform, self rule चाहिए थे extremists को, but moderates wanted to work under the British and fight for the reforms. ये This was, the differences between the ideologies between the moderates and the extremists. Did you get it? Like moderates wanted to work with the British, like under the British, इनको like dominion status. मान ले कि dominion status में you will not get the freedom, but you will get the dominion status where you can work for yourself. Still, like somewhat near to the moderates thinking, but not exactly dominion. Just imagine, they wanted to work under the British system, but they wanted to bring the reforms. Got it? So next is, he had a great influence of the social works of Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade on his life. I already told you here in example, Govind Ranade के शिष्य थे ये गोखले, गोखले के शिष्य थे दो, एक है गांधी जी, द अदर वन इज मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना. देखिए, गोखले के ऊपर बहुत सारे इन्फ्लुएंस थे जस्टिस महादेव गोविंद रानडे सोशल वर्क्स, बहुत बहुत पुस्तक लिखे थे जस्टिस महादेव गोविंद रानडे, स्पेशली ऑन दिस सोशल इश्यूज. तो इनको पढ़ के गोखले जी ने बहुत इंस्पायर हो गए, एंड ही वॉज नेम्ड एज अ प्रोटीज सन और द मानस पुत्र ऑफ जस्टिस महादेव गोविंद रानडे. Gokhale's education tremendously influenced the course of his future career in addition to learning English. He was exposed to Western political thought and became a great admirer of theorists such as John Stuart Mill and Edmund Burke. So Edmund Burke or Stuart Mill, the great political thinkers who had given political theories back then, the Western political thoughts उन्होंने दिए थे जॉन स्टुअर्ट मिल एंड एडमंड बुर्के. इनको बहुत मान्य रखते थे हमारे Gopal Krishna Gokhale, and he was exposed to such thinking. So he wanted to bring reforms within the Congress itself by working under the British. That's why he was known as the moderate. Okay, so here you should understand, he was a great political leader. He was a social reformer during the Indian independence movement. Second thing, you should remember, he was a senior Congress leader and he was the founder of one organization called Servants of India Society. ये बहुत काम किए हैं रिफॉर्म्स लेकर आने के लिए, वर्किंग अंडर द ब्रिटिश. तो ये है मॉडरेट ideology Congress person. He was greatly influenced by the social works of Justice Mahadeva Govinda Ranade, and he called himself as the Proteet son or the Manas Putra of Justice Mahadev Govinda Ranade. He was tremendously influenced by the Western political thought, especially by two great men who gave the Western political thoughts, that is John Stuart Mill and Edmund Burke. So please remember all these things, especially this Servants of India Society, which he founded, because UPSC can ask you anything. So he was in news, that's why I've brought Gokhale ke topic in my class. Next, देखिए, Gokhale became the member of Indian National Congress in 1889. He was a pratik of reformer Mahadev Govinda Ranade. Govinda Ranade had conducted a lot of social works in the society, and he was a great name. He was a great influencer, a great social reformer too. Along with Maharashtra has seen a lot of social reformers, be it Govinda Ranade, be it Gokhale, be it Tilak, be it other people also. They have really worked to bring social reforms in Maharashtra region, which was completely dominated with sati pratha and untouchability, caste system. All this was prevalent in Maharashtrian society, and ये रानडे या गोखले या he was working in the High Court of I think it's in Mumbai province mein he was working. He was a great Maharashtra has seen a lot of social reformers actually. So other contemporary leaders of Gokhale were, I already told, Lal Bal Pal, it is Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal and Lala Lajpat Rai. These three were extremist faction, including Aurobindo Ghosh. You also had Dadabai Nauroji and Annie Besant. They were moderate faction. Okay, Gokhale fought for decades to obtain greater political representation and power over public affairs for common Indians. He was moderate in his views and attitudes. He sought to petition the British authorities by cultivating a process of dialogue, discussion, which would yield greater British respect for Indian rights. He had visited Ireland and arranged for an Irish nationalist, Alfred Webb. You might have known about Alfred Webb. He was a great Irish nationalist. Even Ireland wanted to get independence from Britain, so there was also nationalist movements happening. So Alfred Webb was an Irish nationalist. He was world famous back then, and Gokhale had arranged for Alfred Webb, who was an Irish nationalist, to come to India and serve as the president of Indian National Congress in 1894. In many ways, Tilak and Gokhale's early careers paralleled, but both, and because both of them attended Elphinstone College, both became mathematics professors and both were important members of the Deccan Education Society. See here, Tilak and Gokhale, they were somewhere, like, career were paralleled, because both of them were studied in Elphinstone College in Bombay and both became mathematics professors, but and also they became important members of Deccan Education Society. Deccan Education Society was a great educational institution which gave tremendous educational contributions during the pre-independent times. And these two great men, see, they have same similarities, like एक ही कॉलेज में पढ़े थे और एक ही सब्जेक्ट में प्रोफेसर्स हो गए थे और इम्पोर्टेंट मेंबर्स बन गए ये डेक्कन एजुकेशन सोसाइटी में, एंड एक ही कांग्रेस पार्टी में थे, बट अलग अलग आइडियोलॉजीज थे इन दोनों के बीच. The differences were in the views concerning how best to improve the lives of Indians and become increasingly apparent. So देखिए, इनके paths were parallel. See, it is like the railway tracks. The paths were parallel, but they had ideologies couldn't meet. ठीक है, तो ये एक ही कॉलेज में पढ़े थे दोनों, एल्फिंस्टन स्टोन कॉलेज में, प्रोफेसर्स ऑफ सेम सब्जेक्ट्स एंड इम्पोर्टेंट मेंबर्स ऑफ एक एसोसिएशन दैट इज डेक्कन एजुकेशन सोसाइटी, एंड इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस ज्वाइन किए थे, पर इनके व्यूज अलग थे. Gokhale and Tilak were the front-making political leaders in the early 20th century. I already told you, Indian National Congress in the early 20th century, there were two factions, moderates and the extremists. Very much correct, Ankit. It is one of the one of the greatest educational institutions, prestigious college of Mumbai. So getting there needs a lot of brains. So yes, in Congress back in early 20th century, you had Tilak and Gokhale as front ranking political leaders. When we see the contemporary leaders, see here, there was Lal Balpal, Dadabhai Nauroji, Annie Besant. All these people were not ordinary names. Each one have contributed a tremendous way in the Indian national movement. So no one was less. है ना, वो one of the front ranking political leaders. Gokhale and Tilak were front ranking political leaders. You might know, like, Tilak's contribution, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. That is one slogan you might all have read about. He has written many papers also he was writing, and he organized festivals like Ganesh festivals and Shivaji festivals to unite people, to make them realize their self potential and fight for the independence. Mainly to unite them, ignite that sentiment of freedom in all the youth. So he started the Ganesh and Shivaji festival. He also was writing newspapers. He was an editor of Maratha. He founded many newspapers. He was arrested for sedition and all, right? So he was a great front-ranking political leader. Even Gokhale was a great man. He had formed Servants of India Society. He fought for legislative reforms also. है ना. His 1907 was a very important thing. The Surat split because of the split of Bengal region by Lord Curzon. They had this different view. They wanted the Swadeshi. The moderates and the extremists, they had different views. The moderates wanted to keep the Swadeshi movement only in Bengal, but the extremists wanted to continue in Bengal as well as whole of India. तो इनके इसमें ये दोनों का बहुत ही ideologies difference हो गए, and the famous Surat split happened in 1907. Yes, see here, Gokhale was viewed as a well-meaning man of moderate disposition, while Tilak was a radical who would not resist using force for the attainment of freedom. That is the basic difference. इनको moderate disposition चाहिए था, but Tilak was completely like use the force for the attainment of freedom. Like how Subhash Chandra Bose was there. He organized an army, like Indian National Army, so, and he went on for fighting. So Gokhale believed that the right course for India to give self-government was to adopt constitutional means and cooperate with the British government. He wanted to cooperate with the British government and give India self-government, that is dominion status. On the contrary, Tilak's messages were he wanted to protest, he wanted to boycott, and he wanted to agitate. That is what is the major difference between moderates and the extremists. The fight between the moderates and extremists came out openly in Surat in 1907. This adversely affected the political developments in the country too. The country, which was going in a way very well for self-government, there was a lot of hampering happened after this Surat split in 1907. So both sides were fighting to capture the Congress organization due to ideological differences. एक तरफ moderates चाहते थे कि president हो या इनके influence चले कांग्रेस में, एक तरफ extremists थे who wanted their influence to openly come up. Tilak wanted to put Lala Lajpat Rai in the presidential chair, but Gokhale's candidate was Rash Bihari Ghosh. So Tilak extremist थे, and he wanted Lala Lajpat Rai to become the president, but Gokhale's candidate was Rash Bihari Ghosh. He was also an extremist. The tussle began and there was no hope for compromise. Tilak was not allowed to move an amendment to the resolution in support of the new president elect. So either हो गए difference between this leaders Gokhale and Tilak, because Tilak wanted Lala Lajpat Rai and Gokhale wanted Rash Bihari Ghosh, and the tussle happened. There was no compromise. There was no Tilak was not allowed to move an amendment to the resolution in support of his candidate, that is Lala Lajpat Rai. So at this, the pandal was strewn with broken chairs and shoes were flung by Aurobindo Ghosh and his friends. Sticks and umbrellas were thrown on the platform. Aurobindo Ghosh was a extremist and he was an angry young man back then. So he and his friends, they threw broken chairs and shoes were flung by them. Sticks and umbrella was thrown on the platform. There was a physical scuffle also. When people came running to attack Tilak on the dais, Gokhale went and stood next to Tilak to protect him. The session ended and the Congress split. So though they had different ideologies, Tilak को protect करने के लिए Gokhale गए थे, and he went and stood next to Tilak to protect him. The eyewitness account was written by Manchester Guardian's reporter Nevision. In January 1908, Tilak was arrested on charge of sedition. He was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment and dispatched to Mandalay. This left the whole political field open for the moderates for the next few years. Tilak was arrested. Gokhale was in England. Gokhale was very much busy with the servants of India society, and Tilak was arrested, dispatched to Mandalay. Lord Morley, who was the Secretary of State for India, was opposed to Tilak's arrest. However, the Viceroy, who was Lord Minto, did not listen to him and considered Tilak's activities as seditious, and his arrest was necessary for the maintenance of law and order. See, there was a Secretary of State for India who was Morley. He was opposed to Tilak's arrest, but Viceroy, who was Lord Minto, said he wanted his activities are seditious and his arrest can help in bringing maintenance of law and order. So Gokhale's one major difference with Tilak centered around one of his pet issues, the age of consent bill. It was introduced by the British Imperial government in 1891 and 92. Gokhale and his fellow liberal reformers, they wished to purge what they saw as superstitions and abuses in their native Hinduism, supported the consent bill to curb the child marriage abuses. It was his pet issue. Got it. So Gokhale's mentor was Justice M.G. Ranade. He started Sarvajanik Sabha Journal. Gokhale assisted him in 1905 when Gokhale was elected president of the Indian National Congress and was at the height of his political career. He founded the Servants of India Society in England to specifically further one of the causes dearest to his heart, that is expansion of Indian education. See, he was also a member of Deccan Education Society, so he wanted the expansion of Indian education because education is the one which creates awareness and erases ignorance. Gokhale was famously a mentor to Mahatma Gandhi in the latter's formative years. In 1912, Gokhale visited South Africa at Gandhi's invitation. As a young barrister, Gandhi returned from his struggles against the empire in South Africa. He received personal guidance from Gokhale, including a knowledge and understanding of India, the issues confronting common Indians. In 1920, Gandhi emerged as a leader of the Indian independence movement. In his autobiography, Gandhi calls Gokhale his mentor and guide. Despite his deep respect for Gokhale, however, Gandhi would reject Gokhale's faith in Western institutions as a means of achieving political reform and ultimately choose not to become a member of Gokhale's Servants of India Society. So please understand, in his autobiography, Gandhi had called Gokhale's mentor his guide. Despite his respect for Gokhale, Gandhi would reject Gokhale's faith in Western institutions as a means of achieving political reform. He ultimately chose not to become a member of Gokhale's Servants of India Society. He was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. So, what the country needs most at the present moment is a spirit of self sacrifice on the part of our educated young men, and they may take it from me that they cannot spend their lives in a better cause than raising the moral and intellectual level of their unhappy low caste and promoting their well being. It is by Gopalakrishna Gokhale. So, see, I've told you about Gopal Krishna Gokhale, uh, social reformer, Indian political leader, a senior leader of Indian National Congress. He was a founder of Servants of India Society. He was a moderate faction of the Congress Party, and he advocated reforms by working with existing institutions. He had a great influence of the social works of Justice Mahadev Ranade on his life. He was named a Proteet son or the Manas Putra of Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. Gokhale's education tremendously was influenced the course of his future career. In addition to learning English, he was exposed to Western political thought and he became the great admirer of theorists such as John Stuart Mill and Edmund Burke. These two men have given a lot of political theories. Gokhale became a member of International Congress, and in 1889 he was a party of social reformer Mahadev Govindaranade. His contemporary leaders were Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Dadabhai Nauroji, Bipin Chandrapal, Lala Lajpat Rai, and Annie Besant. He fought for decades to obtain greater political representation and power over public affairs for common Indians. He was moderate in his views and attitudes. He sought to petition the British authorities by cultivating a process of dialogue and discussion which would yield greater British respect for Indian rights. Gokhale had visited Ireland. He had arranged for an Irish nationalist, Alfred Webb, to serve as the president of the Indian National Congress in 1894. In many ways, Tilak and Gokhale's early careers were paralleled. Both were from Elphinstone College of Mumbai. Both became mathematics professors and both were important members of the Deccan Education Society. There was differences in their views, like how they want to improve the lives of Indians. And Gokhale and Tilak were the front-ranking political leaders in the early 20th century. They had differences in their ideologies. Gokhale wanted moderate disposition, Tilak wanted force for the attainment of freedom. Gokhale believed the right course for India to give self government was to adopt constitutional means, cooperate with the British government, but Tilak thought protest, boycott, agitation. The fight between moderates and extremists came out openly in 1907 in the issue of Swadeshi movement and the partition of Bengal. This adversely affected the political developments in the country. It came to almost stagnant. Still, moderates were ruling back then. in the International Congress. Both sides were fighting to capture the Congress organization due to their ideological differences. Tilak wanted to put Lala Lajpat Rai in the presidential chair. Gokhale wanted Raj Bihari Ghosh. There was a tussle between them, and Tilak was not allowed to move an amendment to the resolution. It was, there was a physical scuffle, like people of from the people, the friends of Arbindo Ghosh and all, they threw the broken chairs, shoes, and sticks and umbrellas were thrown on the platform. But still, if with their ideological differences, when people were starting attacking Tilak on dais, Gokhale came and stood next to Tilak to protect him. So there was a split here. They have written the eyewitness account in Manchester Guardian's reporter Nee Vision. In 1908, Tilak was arrested on charge of sedition. He was sentenced to 6 years, 6 years imprisonment, dispatched to Mandalay. This left the whole political field open for the moderates. Tilak was arrested. Gokhale was in England, and though the Secretary of State for India, that is Lord Morley, he was opposed to Tilak's arrest, but the Viceroy, who was Lord Minto, he did not listen to him, and he said Tilak's activities were seditious and his arrest was needed for maintaining the law and order condition in the country. So you should remember this thing, that he visited South Africa at Gandhi's invitation in 1912, and he personally guided Gandhi after his return from South Africa, including knowledge, understanding India, and the issues confronting common independence. Gandhi emerged as the leader of Indian national independence movement by 1920. In his autobiography, Gandhi calls Gokhale his mentor and guide. But despite his deep respect for Gokhale, Gandhi rejects Gokhale's faith in Western institutions as a means of achieving political reform, and ultimately chose not to become a member of Gokhale's Servants of India Society. So he was Gopal Krishna Gokhale, and I've told a lot about him, so you're not going to miss the question on Gokhale in exams. So next topic is about Mongolian Kanjor. So check out and answer in the live chat. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, good, good, good. Please answer, all of you. Good, good, all of you. 1 more minute left. One more minute left. Come on, answer. Come on, answer. Last few seconds. Last few seconds. I'll tell you. Last few seconds, all of you. So this is with reference to Mongolian Kanjor, and they've asked for correct statement. It means the concise order, the words of Lord Buddha in particular. It is held in, this is correct, it is the concise the words of Lord Buddha. It is held in high esteem by Mongolian Buddhists, very much correct. The language of the Kanjor is classical Mongolian. So it is 1, 2, and 3, which is D is the correct answer. Now, why Mongolian Kanjor was in news? Because the Culture Ministry has informed reprinting of about 100 sets of sacred Mongolian Kanjor will be completed by next year for distribution in the main centers of Buddhism in Mongolia. So, Ministry of Culture ने inform किए हैं they are reprinting about 100 sets of sacred Mongolian Kanjor. It will be completed by next year to distribute in the main centers of Buddhism in Mongolia. In the Mongolian language, Kanjor means concise orders, the words of Lord Buddha in particular. ठीक है? So it is held in very high esteem by the Mongolian Buddhists. They worship the Kanjor at temples, recite the lines of Kanjor in daily life as a sacred ritual. The Mongolian Kanjor has been translated from Tibetan, the language. See, it has been translated from Tibet, and the language of this Kanjor is classical Mongolian. Classical Mongolian में ये लिखे हुए हैं, and this has been translated from Tibetan language. Historical interaction between India and Mongolia goes back to centuries, especially with respect to Buddhism. Buddhism served as a soft power for India and Mongolia. In fact, India has been a soft power for spreading of Buddhism back in the days of Mauryas. During the time of Ashoka, he had sent Dharma Mahamatras, which included his son Mahindra and his daughter also. Sangamitra, who went to Sri Lanka and other countries, Southeast Asian countries, to propagate Buddhism. So, yes, the historical interaction between India and Mongolia goes back centuries. Buddhism was carried to Mongolia by Indian cultural and religious ambassadors during the early Christian era. As a result, today Buddhists form the single largest religious denomination in Mongolia. India established formal diplomatic relations with Mongolia in 1955. India possesses an estimate of 10 million manuscripts, probably the largest collection in the world. These cover a variety of themes, textures, aesthetics, scripts, languages, calligraphies, illuminations, and illustrations. You should know about this mission, that is National Mission for Manuscripts. It was launched in 2003 by the Government of India with a mandate of documenting, conserving, disseminating the knowledge which is preserved in the manuscripts. A manuscript is a handwritten composition on paper, bark, cloth, metal, palm leaf, and any other material dating back at least 75 years that has significant scientific, historical, aesthetic value. Lithographs and printed volumes are not manuscripts. Manuscripts are distinct from historical records such as epigraphs on rocks, revenue records which provide direct information on events and processes in history. One of the objectives of the mission is to publish rare and unpublished manuscripts so that the knowledge enshrined in them is spread to researchers, scholars, and the general public. It is under the Ministry of Culture. So please remember, a national mission for manuscripts was launched in 2003 by the Ministry of Culture. So don't. Yes, PYQ will start now. I will end this with revision. It will happen. So this is about Mongolian Kanjor, and we have seen a lot about Gokhale, Gopal Krishna Gokhale. So there will be a PYQ session by me on Unacademy platform from 4:5 to 5:5. So please follow my profile on Unacademy platform and take my classes. check out my schedules and attend my classes. You can also follow me on Telegram, Shilpa underscore Unacademy, and also my Instagram channel, Shilpa Arun Kumar. So you can follow me there too. You can ask me any personalized questions regarding UPSC preparation there. So I would be thankful and grateful to help you over there with whatever knowledge I have. And we also spoke about Maharana Pratap. So let's catch tomorrow for another session of art and culture. Now I'll be taking the PYQ session at Unacademy platform. So have a great evening. Like and share the video, and also press the bell button for further notifications and subscriptions.